People don't know this, but we record to find that little bit that we play as a little intro of like me and Maddie prepping for the podcast. We record for 6 hours. And I scrub through. We just leave the mics hot when we wake up in the morning. And I scrub through 6 hours and clip up a bit.
Take the rabbits in.
How you doing?
Well,
It's really good to see you.
yeah, I'm good. We watched Animorphs just before.
Oh, you're diving right in.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do the intro now then.
Maddie, would you like to intro us in 3, 2, 1?
Hello.
We didn't do it for the Block Blunders app.
I know. I feel bad about that.
I know, it's hard to do it when we've got guests.
Well, you get so excited introducing them, which is, I will grant you, exciting.
It's very exciting.
However, I seem to be forgotten in that moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have to go and edit you back in.
Maybe we should get the guests to do the intro.
Like count you in?
No, they can say it.
Oh, but then you want to relinquish that duty.
Only for the guests, not for you.
So we say 3, 2, 1 and they say hello.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We could try that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Alex will like it.
Oh, he'd love it.
I think he would. Maybe we should give him a heads up just in case we give him that responsibility.
I don't think it's putting you too much on the spot just to say one word.
Alex White from Community Notice Board is going to be our guest next week. We're very excited.
Yeah, very excited. We've
He's
already
a good
had
buddy.
Jamie on. Enemy number one.
Yeah, I know. And then we've got and then we just got to get Drew on. And then we've done the holy
We've
the
collected
trifecta.
the set.
We've collected the set of Community Notice Board.
Yeah, collect them all.
I know.
Catch them all, if you will.
It is. It's funny. It is funny. It takes 3 goes to say that we've had them on.
Yeah, 3 rounds. We could have got them all on at the same time, but that was a lot of people.
I don't have enough mics. I'd have to tell them to bring mics. I already made block blunders.
Well, I wouldn't get a fucking word in at all, I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Between the 4 of you boys.
Yeah.
Oh, and Marty.
I know. Well, buddy, look at him.
He's sucking.
He's looking. He's got it in his mouth like a cigar, and he's like, "I don't know what to do. You've given me this treat, and it's just stressing me out."
This is what he does.
Buddy, it's okay. You do whatever you want with it.
He gets a special treat.
And it just stresses him out.
And he stresses out because he wants to hide it somewhere, and we don't have a
like,
yard,
and then
so he can't dig a hole.
And he looks at us like, "Why would you do this to me?"
Yeah, he gets upset.
I was
about
enjoying my afternoon, and now I've got this job, and it's just fucking overwhelming me. Going back to what you said, we watched Animorphs, and because we were going to be like, "Oh, let's do an episode on it," but we had so much fun, and so we're actually going to put that up on our YouTube channel. Is us live reacting to Animorphs, so you can watch the original pilot of Animorphs with us and watch us,
reacting to it.
reacting to it, I guess.
It was funny, wasn't it?
Oh, it was actually a lot of fun. I think we'll do more of them, of just going back and... Because we talk about some of these shows, but I realised we've got to go watch them. And Animorphs, I'd never seen. Or I don't think I had.
Seen it,
I don't know.
I used to watch it quite a bit.
I get that. Anything with animals I get 100%.
I didn't really remember the plot at all. I just remembered that they turned into animals.
Well, boy, oh boy, was that plot a lot.
It was.
My goodness. I'm sorry. I'm just straightening up my undies. I'm sorry.
Straightening up? You're putting them on. They were around your ankles.
I know. Sorry.
This is what I have to deal with.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, god damn, exposition heavy episode.
It was, wasn't
Just
it?
an absolute exposition dump.
We had to keep pausing to be like, what?
What's
happening
We
now?
couldn't follow it. And we're like, how the fuck would you follow this as kids?
It was funny though.
And your theory was, I don't think I followed it at all.
No,
I think you're just waiting for them to transform into an animal.
That's the thing you watch it for.
When
for
are they
sure.
going to transform? What animal are they going to transform
don't care
into
about
this
storyline.
But it was great. And
was.
Bobby Drake, we figured out halfway
Bobby
through,
Drake.
Bobby Drake from X-Men, Iceman from X-Men is the lead in Animorphs.
He's great.
So anyway.
So go watch that on our YouTube.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel. That'll be up sometime whenever I get around to it. Anyway, today we're going to talk about a series of things, actually. The sort of overarching topic I think we want to dive into is Aussie game shows. But you said to me this morning...
Did you have a a buddy.
Yes.
When you were in year 6.
Yes, you asked me that.
Kindergarten buddy.
And we were like, I don't know if there's a whole episode in that, but you had a story about it. So I was like, well, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
Unless, you got kidnapped by your buddy or something and there's a whole feature film story in it.
Something dark did end up happening, but not that dark.
Are
No,
you
it's
oh,
more funny than dark.
Okay, all right. Now, well, the quick, I guess, story of having a year 6 buddy, I remember having one and doing some sort of activity with him and feeling some sort of rejection.
Oh.
Obviously, anything has been repressed because that's all I remember.
Traumatic.
Yeah.
Were you in year 6 or were you the
He was in
kindergarten
year 6.
buddy?
I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
I feel like his name was Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking at him being like, oh, he's cool. When
yeah.
you're kindergarten and you see a year 6, you're
they're
like,
always so cool.
they're cool.
Yeah.
Look at them, year 6.
Yeah, they're so old.
And now you look at him and you go, you're a baby. When I was in year 6, I don't think I was appointed a buddy. I feel like they stopped doing it at that time.
Maybe
or something.
just for you because they didn't feel like you should be responsible.
They were like, we still think you need a buddy.
Yeah,
We're
I think
actually
so.
going to appoint you a year 6 buddy and you're in year 6. One of your classmates is going to be your buddy.
They're going to show you around,
They're
look
gonna
after
show
you.
around and look after you.
So stick by him.
What is your story? Did you have a buddy in kindergarten?
I think I did. And
Okay.
I do remember it being a cool guy.
Oh, a guy.
I think it was a
You're like,
guy.
hello.
Bum bum. You always press the wrong button.
I know. I still got to learn these things. Yeah.
I don't remember heaps about it, but he was nice. He was cool. Just a little 5-year-old me.
Did you have a little dance with him?
Having a little dance with him. Stop it.
Sorry.
But my story is about when I was in year 6.
Okay, so
And-
you don't remember much of your year 6 buddy, but it was
No.
when you were appointed a kindy kid.
So I was in year 6.
Mm.
You know when the kindergartners come and they sort of have a look around, like a little sort of introduction to what they're in for?
Yeah, I remember crying on kindy for day 1. I remember not being happy about leaving mum and dad.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. But yeah, sure. I do. I actually remember that more in year 7, but I understand. I'm sure there would have been a little bit of a tour. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of met them. We met the little gang of 5-year-olds that were coming to start kindy before they actually started. And we knew that we were going to get assigned a buddy, right? Mm-hmm. And so me and my best friend at the time, funnily enough, her name's Phoebe.
Yes, we've talked about her before.
Yeah.
On this podcast. Yeah.
we this is a bit dark and weird, but we spotted this little girl.
Oh no.
And she was really cute.
Oh no. Is this girl still alive?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Probably. So you didn't check after you dumped her and wherever the story goes.
Like, no, she's fine.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Anyway,
Okay.
nothing bad happened to her anyway. So we saw this little girl. She was super cute. She just came in with her mum. She was like this little blonde, just like adorable kid. And we were like, oh my God, we want her as our buddy, as my buddy.
Is your buddy. So you both wanted her.
We both wanted her,
Oh, wow.
which is so weird. And then we kind of had this like fight over her, right?
You had to fight over
Well,
her.
not a huge fight, but we were sort of like, I saw her first.
I saw her first. Like she's property.
Like
Wow.
she's property.
Yeah. This is how Princess Jasmine felt in Aladdin. I am not a prize to be won. Yeah. Did she have that conversation with you? I am my own person. I will choose my buddy.
So I won.
You won. How did you win?
I don't know. I think I can't remember if we got to choose our own buddies
Oh, and
or they sort of chose us.
you were like, come on. You're like with a treat.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
I think that's kind of
You
what
you
happened.
coerced her into
Well,
it. What did you do?
I think I spoke to her and I was sort of like, oh.
Don't trust that fucking bitch.
I somehow convinced her into it.
Wow.
Potentially.
Right.
Can't remember those details really.
Can you? Okay. Then you might not remember this, but was there a moment after? Like, was Phoebe aware of the coercion, of the manipulation on your? Was Phoebe aware Maddie stepped in and pulled the rug? Like
I'm pretty sure she would have been.
Wow.
But I think she sort of gave up in the end. Because I was like, no, I genuinely did see her first.
And she was stuck with like fat little Toby.
Asthmatic little Toby.
Fat asthmatic little Toby. She's like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
Trying to give him a piggyback.
Yeah. It's funny because you spend like a day with them, right?
Well, you're kind of assigned to look after them. Like
wow.
if they need help and whatever at the school, you're sort of their go-to, like a pseudo parent.
Because of where you grew up in the country, you were appointed their legal guardian at that point.
From the moment they walk through the gates, the moment they're on the bus.
Okay, this is now your kid.
They are yours.
So Phoebe...
She kind of relented, I think.
Yes.
And she got, I think she got another little girl, but, you know, not as cute. So I was like, I've won the jackpot here.
You won the jackpot, yeah.
I've got like the cutest little buddy.
Yeah. What was her name? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't.
Okay, go on.
I don't. I think it was something like Amelia.
Yeah, we'll call her Amelia. Yeah.
And it turns out
oh no,
she is such a little shit.
Looks can be deceiving.
She was a horrible little kid.
Yeah.
She was super annoying.
Yep.
Clingy. Would not leave me alone.
Yeah.
She.
Did you still have to pretend to Phoebe that she was awesome? You were like, shut the fuck up. Hey, Phoebe. Just hanging out with my girl. This little tiger. Did she? So she was horrible. Yeah.
I think she used to cry a lot.
An asthmatic little Toby was like, hey, I drew a painting. I painted something for you, and it's just this.
This is a work of art.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was extremely annoying. I had to sort of try and wrangle her at recess and lunch and try and sort of shake her off. And one time she bit me.
Wow. She bit you.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we were playing a game. I think it was sort of a group game scenario. And the little buddy, was trying to crawl all over me, basically.
Oh.
I think it was a 44 home bar or stuck in the mud or something.
Great games.
And she sort of just wanted to be piggybacked all the time, and I was just not having a bar of it. And
you were serious about. You're like, get in there.
I'm pretty sure.
You need to unstuck me. I just unstuck you. Run.
I was getting really frustrated and sort of trying to fling her off.
Oh no!
And she got like quite aggressive with me and bit me on the arm.
She bit you on
the arm. And after that,
wow!
I was sort of like, nah, I'm cutting ties with this. I'm not.
You broke up with her?
I think I decided not to be her buddy anymore.
How did that conversation roll out?
Well, I think I must have spoken to the teacher.
She bit me. She bit me. I hate her.
Pretty much explained the situation.
Yeah.
And I think I was relinquished from my duties.
Did you ever talk to Phoebe about this? Was there ever a conversation? Yeah.
I think I remember actually venting to her about her, just being like...
And Phoebe was like,
I made a huge mistake, basically. She was smug about it.
Interesting.
No, she was actually good to me about it, but...
even though you were a shit person, Maddie, I still forgive you, and that was Phoebe telling you. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, but that was I guess it's kind of like a metaphor for life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great story. Yeah. Honestly, that is it is a metaphor for life. You got in and you were like, this is the good one, and I'm going to,
based on the way she looked,
I'm gonna I don't want to go as far as to say you didn't betray your friend, but you were like, I'm going to get out ahead of my friend so I can get this one, and it ended up being shit.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
It seems it's
and there's a lot of different there's a lot of different messages in there. Like she was cute and she's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I love that was the allure of like the cute one, like it was a puppy.
Yeah.
And you wanted to be like, look, I got the cutest kid.
Yes.
It's really, really funny.
It's fucked up.
But I get that as well. If you're in year 6 being like, I want the cutest looking kid because it makes you look, I don't know.
Yeah. Gives you some
more
sort
of a
street
responsible adult. Like you're like, it's not your child.
No.
But you're just like, yeah, look, I'm so proud of him.
Yes.
I'm so proud of this kid that I was appointed 35 minutes ago.
Tony put his hand on Marty's head when he said that.
I know.
I'm so proud of him.
I'm so proud of him. Yeah, you little bum. Wow.
I know.
Thank you for sharing that. I loved that story. Wow. You don't talk to this Phoebe girl anymore, do you?
No. I've seen some updates on social medias, but
we should get her on.
We should.
Where does she live?
Not sure. Don't know.
Should reach out.
I should. We were really good friends. We made a time capsule at one point.
Where is it? We got to dig it up.
It's probably buried in her property. I think we actually did dig it up already.
Yeah. Isn't it funny when you do time capsules? You're like, this is going to be great for the
20
future.
years from now.
And like 2 days later, you're like, what did we put in it again?
We're not even 2 days later, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great if you still had that time capsule.
Oh, God, who knows? I think we wrote letters.
We put a time capsule at the primary school.
Is
at
it
Beacon
buried?
Hill Primary.
You should go dig it up.
Oh, I feel like it's probably buried. I don't know if they've uncovered it. Yeah, because it was quite a while ago. We definitely all wrote some stuff in there. I'd so be curious to be like, hey.
What'd you write?
I think just a lot of swear words and just a picture of my bum and stuff. No, I don't.
That also wouldn't surprise me.
No, I don't remember. But
anyway, so we were going to talk about game shows.
Yes. So thank you for sharing your Year 6 buddy story. If anybody else has a Year 6 buddy story,
there must be many.
Send it in. Message us. Remember that podcast.
Is that just an Aussie thing, or did they surely they do it everywhere?
I mean, the concept seems pretty international. You know what I mean? Like the concept of it doesn't seem like it would just be Australia. Of the idea of like, hey, you get this responsibility to like look after this young kid. Like, I'll tell you what, like it's very brief memories for me. Like maybe I did have a buddy when I was in year 6 and kindy, but I don't remember it. But I do remember getting the tour in high school. I remember getting the tour and being like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, please let us know if you've got a year 6 buddy story. So we want to talk about Aussie game shows. Now, I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know if this is the best place to start, but we went through a period in my family, and I just spoke to Sheree on the phone before, and if I can't remember the story fully, I can call her in and get her to chime in the rest of it. But we went through a period with my family where we would go to a lot of the studio audience recordings.
Yeah, this is a thing I learned about you, and it's so funny to me. Like, why?
I don't know.
I never did any of that.
We did, but it's funny because we did it so many times.
Yeah,
as well.
Which is
Do you know what I mean? Like
insane.
it was a weird thing. Yeah, we did Wheel of Fortune.
You went to the live recording of Wheel of Fortune. God, was that boring?
I remember it being kind of exciting.
As a kid.
Because, especially back then in the 90s, being on TV, it was such a big deal. Because I remember you'd go there and then you'd look for yourself in the audience shot if they cut to the audience. And especially Wheel of Fortune, they cut for 4 milliseconds with they include a shot of the audience clapping and you'd pause it and go, "That's us!"
Did you see yourselves?
I feel like we maybe saw ourselves on one. We also went to Agro's Cartoon Connection. I feel like
That
we
would've been
maybe
fun.
that was fun. I feel like we maybe saw ourselves there. And then there was Agro's Cartoon Connection. There was a one called Wheel of Fortune, Agro's Cartoon Connection. Cherie thinks we went to another one. Cherie thinks we also went to Australia's Funniest Home Videos,
Oh my
which I
God.
think that would have been fun too.
Would have been really funny.
But the one that I remember, and this is the story that I have, is as an Aussie game show called Hot Streak.
Okay.
And Hot Streak was a very weird game. It's the describing game where you have to describe something to somebody without using the word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's an actual name for that game, right?
Yeah, articulate.
Is that it?
The board game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, let's pull up Hot Streak. So look at this. They run in,
Oh my God.
so excited. They look at them. Oh God, they all had personality. Look at them. Look at these
They have
guys.
a family dance.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can maybe clip this up and put it on YouTube as well.
spare me with that. That's really funny.
Yeah, they would. It was really funny back then. It was like,
They're like
if you were,
furiously punching, being like,
yeah, but if you were producing the game show, I think you would just like hammer in. You got to run out there. When you get out there,
Really
run out there, be
excited,
really
yeah.
excited.
Hype it
This
up.
is the best thing. And now looking at it, you're like, oh man, you guys are
so lame.
so yeah.
Versus the women in the
Who's
game.
that? Is that Larry Emdur?
No,
As they compete
but
for
we'll
up
get to Larry Emdur.
$50,000 in cash.
Who is it?
Terry Graham
I
will
don't
welcome
know.
them
I actually don't know who this guy is.
back Mike Whitney's Afro.
Mike Whitney's Afro. Wow, that was their. So you could have your own team name. Yeah.
No.
So you'd come. So that's what I remember because my brother tried to get on with his mates. So you'd have to. I think that was the fun thing about it was you had to kind of, I guess, in the vein of Family Feud, you had to apply with a. It wasn't just like.
Yeah, to be a fun.
The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune, where you're like, I think I'm pretty smart, and I'll answer a questionnaire and try and get on. It was like you had to sell yourself as a group.
Yeah, a fun
And you'd be like, "This is our
application.
team name."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so hang on. Let's just get to the game, just so you can kind of see it play. Because the thing that I remember about the game, which was really, really weird. Oh my God! It's 7 minutes in. They haven't even started playing yet. What were they doing the first 7 minutes? They're just going, "And where are you guys from?" You know.
The bottom one. That's
So
Derek,
rubbish
and the lads play
dance.
the other one
Okay, so
in
dance.
just a moment. 40
Now,
seconds
this
on
is
the
what I
clock.
remember,
We're
right?
set? Okay, good
Look,
luck.
they've all got headphones on, and they go like this. Do you remember this
I
now?
remember this
Yeah.
At a
now.
nightclub, you dance.
The
Yes,
tap
that's
on the
one.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Jackie, a waltz is a type of dance.
Yes, that's two.
We should
That
play this.
was a really hard tap on the
Yeah.
shoulder. Listen to her.
They had a
Ready?
feud.
Listen to this.
The lads play the other
They
one
were
in
fighting.
just
Hang
They
on,
were in
here-
a fight, those two.
Here we go.
a moment. 40 seconds on the clock.
Oh wait.
At a nightclub, you dance.
Yes,
Here we
that's
go.
one.
Jackie, a waltz is a type of dance.
Ready?
Yes, that's two.
Wow.
That's our judge.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what?
why. That's why. Because she got it wrong. She's like, listen.
Oh, you fucking listen.
Zorba the Greek is a type of Zorba the restaurant.
You
What?
stupid idiot.
Wait, what did she say?
Zorba the Greek is a type of.
That's not anything.
Zorba the Greek.
What is that?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh,
No.
come on.
Zorba.
I'm
Zorba the Greek.
I'm telling you,
Is
Maddie, everyone that's listening to this podcast, which may or may not be 3 people,
God.
is screaming right
I'm
now.
ashamed of myself.
When I play this, I'm
Okay.
telling you, I'm going to give you less than 5 seconds. You're going to know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Ready?
I already think I know what it is. Yeah.
Hang on.
I didn't know it was called that.
Zorba.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, I'm playing
It's
it.
the one in the circle.
Yes. And do you know
Okay.
how it goes?
No!
No!
That's Jewish. That's something. Okay, yes.
hang on.
Yes, no,
No,
I've got it. I've
the-
got it. I've
yeah,
got it.
hang on.
We don't need to go any further.
No, but this one's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets faster and faster. Yeah. I got it.
I think we have to do the entirety of the Zorba the Greek dance.
For right reasons.
Oh, yeah, true. That's Zorba the Greek.
But why would you say that?
Yeah, that's dumb.
That's obscure.
Oh, because I also think...
You'd be like, oh, no, what would you say?
Do you have to... I think maybe the rules of the game where you can't...
You can't repeat the same.
Yeah, but how would you know? But I think that's the idea. Is you're like, if I'm if I'm third, I've got to do it. Oh fuck, I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe we could go back and.
You probably could repeat it. Anyway,
You couldn't do any better.
Now,
that's pretty funny.
So the story that is with Zorba the Greek, and then I want to show you some Prices Right stuff as well. But the story with Zorba the Greek. I mean, sorry, the story with Zorba the Greek. The story with Hot Streak was we went to the studio recording. We went with some family friends, the Barneses, and for some reason, Cherie got in her head after we left. We should do.
Zorba the Greek dance.
No. After we saw Hot Streak, Cherie got in her head, they should do a Hot Streak kids version. And we were all like, yeah.
To be fair, that sounds like a good idea.
Sure. And Cherie, I think, might have even been like, and I'll be the host. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'll never forget this.
It's a bit of a reach.
Well, I'll never forget this. I remember even in that circle, and I was the youngest one out of them. I said in that moment, I would have been young, very, very young.
Like 5 or
7, 8 maybe.
Yeah.
I said, and I'll be the director. And they all laughed at me. And I, to this day, think that is maybe why I'm currently and still have been for the last 20 odd years pursuing filmmaking and directing. I think maybe that
was the moment.
That just fucked with me. I was like, I'll show you motherfuckers.
Really?
You don't think I can direct Hot Streak?
Yeah, that's.
And since then, I've literally produced I've produced on television shows.
Hot Streak since then.
I've done I did Slime Cup, which is a game show. So
I created and directed Kids Hot Streak.
One day I will.
Yeah.
And I won't cast Cherie in it.
Well, Cherie won't be allowed to be the host. No,
she won't.
Sure.
Absolutely not.
She laughed at you.
She did, yeah. Everybody did. Everybody laughed. No, but this isn't the story. The story then goes, Cherie called, got through to Channel 7.
Oh my God.
And suggested it, right? You know, you can get through and, I don't know, talk to Channel 7. And they, I think, placated her and was like, oh, that's really sweet. That's a great idea. Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, it is.
We'll pass that on. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Not realizing the beast that they'd just awakened. Because Cherie took that as this series has been greenlit.
Every day.
You know? Literally, I remember Cherie getting off the phone being like, it's
happening.
They're taking us to pilot.
We're on next week,
They're
guys.
taking us to pilot. They're organizing back-end deals and stuff.
Can you just imagine her calling up every day being like, hi, me again.
Literally,
got another idea for
when I spoke to her on the phone before, she was like, it went on for 6 to 12 months or something. I reckon it went on for a couple of months.
What?
And then eventually we gave up.
Aww.
But I think we just took that them being sweet to kids as,
it's happening.
They're taking us to series.
It's so funny as a kid, you take everything so literally.
Oh, for sure. I think Cherie was calling up and being like, I'm sorry, do you need to send paperwork through?
Do we need to sign anything?
Is there a contract in place? We don't have
what's
anything.
My cut?
Yeah, literally. So yeah, it went on for
cute.
months and months and months. And then it was wild. But why did Dad take us to so many studio
So it was
audiences?
your dad's idea?
Yeah, I think it was just I guess.
It's a free activity.
It's a free activity. From memory, they fed you. From memory, they had snacks and stuff. They wouldn't today. They'd have
I was
nothing
just gonna
today.
say,
Yeah.
I have been to a live recording as an adult.
Yeah.
Of a game show.
Which one?
The Cube.
Which?
With Andy Lee.
Oh, wow. Is that why you went? Because you like Andy Lee? Yeah, that's fair.
Because I like Andy.
Yeah.
Hamish and Andy.
Yeah, they're the best. What happens in that one?
Well, it was during COVID, so
you went
it was shit. Because
Right.
we all had to wear masks, and it was very strict.
Wow.
And we had to, stay seated and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it was boring. Like, it was exciting watching them play the games, but all the in between, and we were forced to clap. We were just forced to do it. It felt like work.
Yeah,
for not getting paid.
Yeah, wow, that's funny. Well, it kind of is in a way. I honestly remember it being fun. And I sit there and I think like, why did Dad take us to it? But honestly, if I'm guessing, and I'm sure when Cherie hears this, she'll either correct me later or remind me. But I feel like Cherie might have been a driving force of wanting to go.
Okay. Maybe she wanted to be on them. Just because it was to do with, it was television and stuff. She was an actor. She was super into, before, she wanted to be in the entertainment industry before me. Yeah.
And now she has kids and a house and a successful career. And I'm sitting here.
In your little undies.
In my
your half rolled down undies.
In my undies.
Eating half a block of Kit Kat.
Sitting there going, one day I'll be a filmmaker.
I'll be a director. Since I was
happen 8. But I feel like I sat there and I was like, why did Dad take us? But I feel like probably, if I'm guessing what happened, was we went to one and had such a good time, but we wanted to go again. Because it was like being a part of something, and they come out and they're like, okay, now you're going to clap, and you're like, oh, will I get to?
Very
and
exciting.
It was such a journey because you'd record, and then you get to watch the episode, and you remember all the moments of like, I remember when the bald guy got that answer wrong or whatever, and then you'd be looking meticulously the whole time, being like,
where am I?
Yeah, wait, I remember I sat next to Red Shirt. I'm behind Red Shirt.
That is exciting. Funnily enough, I never watched the episode of The Cube that I was at.
Oh, really?
We're all in masks anyway.
Yeah, and you resented the whole thing.
I did.
We told this story before, but we'll tell it again because it is kind of a funny story. But do you remember the story about Dr. Phil?
No, I don't think so. What was that?
So when I was in America with my ex.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you told this on the podcast?
So we lost the recording.
Oh, we'll go on then.
Yeah. So we went and saw Dr. Phil in a live audience, which records in LA. And I took an edible before we went. And
which is the only appropriate way to watch Dr. Phil.
Oh, my ex was so mad at me.
Really?
She didn't want to deal with me when I was high. She didn't want to...
No, I get it.
Do you know what's so funny? Is I remember when we first recorded, that must have been so much earlier in our relationship because your reaction at the time was like, why didn't she want to deal with you? What? Oh, that's mean. She didn't want to have a bit of fun and get high with you? And now we're 2.5 years in our relationship. You're like, yeah, I get it.
No, but
you're a fucking nightmare when you're high. Yeah. I 100% understand.
I would also have done that. If you're in
Definitely.
LA and you're going to watch Dr. Phil, it's like, yeah, of course.
For sure. Anyway, she didn't do it and I was like, okay, I won't. Yeah, no worries. I won't
annoy you.
No, I was like, okay, fine. She was like,
myself.
do not get high. Do not take an edible. No, I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And in my head, I was like, I'm just going to have an edible and just pretend to not be high.
It just defeats the purpose.
Well, no, because I'd still internally be having a great time.
Be high internally. Yeah.
But
good,
no,
good logic.
She knew almost immediately.
Of course she did.
that I was super stoned.
Yeah.
And I got there and I was stressing out a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there and I just remember thinking he's gonna get me in trouble.
Dr. Phil.
He's gonna be like, now before we go on with the episode, and just look at me. Daniel, do you have something you'd like to say? You have come here. You have told your have told your wife. But yeah, so I went to that. I went to the Chasers War and Everything. That was fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. The game shows were fun. But yeah.
Did your parents enjoy it?
I remember it was only Dad that ever went.
Okay.
But I maybe Mum went to one of them. But yeah, I think so. Like it was like you said, it was free. It was something to do. I think they fed you. You got to, maybe see yourself on TV. I think just game shows back then, they were all the fucking rage.
Yeah, they're very popular.
The Price is Right was always, even as a kid, was always a fun watch.
I never watched it.
That's insane. But I remember because you didn't know who Larry Emdur was.
And I also didn't know what's her name? Wild Mary.
Oh yeah, let's pull that up now. That's a great time. That's a great point to go on this, which we've looked at this before. So if anyone doesn't know, there's a really famous The Price is Right Australia clip. That's sort of, it's gone down in sort of the history books, and it's called Mad Mary, and it is this woman who goes on, and she's just so fucking overwhelmed to be on The Price is Right. She just can't.
You can't handle
calm down.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's my favorite.
It's such a young. So she's on The Price is Right.
What year was this?
I reckon.
So the thing with
either 2000s or 90s.
The thing with The Price is Right is that they get chosen from the audience, although it's like previously set up. So it looks like they've just been chosen randomly. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, you go and you be in the audience, and there's obviously, it looks genuinely like there's 100 fucking people in the audience. But my guess is they would be recording a couple of episodes in the one studio recording. Mm-hmm. So even though there's 100 people, they might end up picking 10 or 20 of them. I don't know. But you're right. So then they'd call out their names.
Yeah.
If they vetted the people to be like, are they going to be interesting on TV? No idea. There might have been some vetting processes they were walking in and being like, oh yeah, she was quite interesting, but I don't know. It's a lot of people to vet, so who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But it is also like you'd want to, I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming that Mary didn't show her true colours until this moment.
But so what it was you get called at the front, and then you're not you come down to the panel.
Yes.
And then you don't necessarily keep playing. You have to be closest to So
for God's sake.
It's crazy that you haven't watched this show.
Never saw it.
Great show.
No.
$720. All our bids are locked in. Good luck to you. All our price $799. Mary Lee.
Whoa, Mary.
Okay, so now.
Yes, Mary.
She just Larry,
absolutely.
I've said this before. I love Larry Emdur.
You love him.
He's funny.
You take after your mum in that sense.
I know. She loves him too.
Loves him.
I worked with him at Channel 7.
He seems like a genuine guy.
Lovely fucking guy.
Oh, well, that's good.
The sweetest
to know.
man. Just the way he handles this situation. He's so funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
She's great. What a queen.
Look at her. She's just so beside herself.
To be on The Price is Right.
Are you shaking the water?
Spilled that all over herself.
If you want to look this up, it's Mad Mary. I think so.
She's not okay. Do you think that's her husband?
Who? I don't.
In the audience. He was wiping his face, wiping his brow.
She just
She's hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary, let's go. Right.
She's not ready. She's not ready to go. She can't
Larry's
breathe.
so good, yeah.
She can't breathe.
She just... She was like hyperventilating.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
hate to think you were faking this, Mary.
Oh, that's a great line. What a great line. No one would have fed him that as well. Great. Look at it.
I think he's a bit sick of it now. He's like, oh, for God's sake, stop screaming in my ear, you hyena.
You hyena.
But yeah, what I originally said when I first saw this,
this was. I know.
I
Yeah.
wonder if she's like this in real life.
Yeah.
Like she goes to the supermarket.
But also,
She's like, my favorite pasta's on sale.
like she's just so easily
Yeah, literally
But here-
anything good happens in her life. She's like, okay, fine.
It's like, stop it. But the other thing you said that I loved was you were like, what? She's just like, the fact that she's going on and freaking out so much and she's winning like a washing machine. It's just so overwhelming to be on the. You're like, what a sad life that you'll highlight something that just absolutely fucking overwhelms you to the point of shaking as you're on the Price is Right.
You're winning like a rat, like
This
a
is what I
watch.
mean. It was like such a big deal back then.
Yeah.
She
I'm
won.
glad she won.
Yeah, good on you.
That is the
Hell
real
yeah.
hero story right there.
Yeah, Mad Mary.
I'm surprised she
Iconic.
didn't literally jump on him.
I know.
Like jump up on him, get him to carry her.
Iconic Mad Mary.
That's so great. Yeah, what a queen.
Oh, look at him. I love Larry.
He's
I
so
love him.
good.
Yeah.
What game show would you have gone on in the 90s?
Oh, that's a great question.
Which
So
was
the
your
one that
fave?
we talked about a lot as well was Burgo's Catchphrase.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't remember Burgo's Catchphrase, that was a very interesting game show where, you know, a lot of these game shows are based on sort of general knowledge. They're kind of like trivia, right? A lot of them. Or with Price is Right, it's like, oh, how much do you reckon that thing costs? Like that it's that kind of stuff. But this was, you'd look at a picture and it was kind of like...
A bit of a puzzle because it would describe a catchphrase, right?
It would describe a catchphrase. So it was like, if you were going on that show, you had to have a deep well of knowledge of catchphrases. And some of them weren't phrases. Some of them, I remember often watching Burgo's Catchphrase and being like, I've never heard that in my life.
Some of them you'd never heard of.
Yeah. Let's
Some
pull
of
up
them are pretty
Burgo's.
basic. Like, for example, frostbite, you know, there'd be a picture of a guy eating a bite of cake and the cake has frost written on it, something like that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so there's little animations, some of them.
Look at this guy.
Fabio.
Mark's a sales assistant. What do you do, mate?
I sell sandstone pots.
Sandstone pots.
Actually, just goes, you fuckwit. What a douchebag.
Moving on.
What a douchebag, huh? Sandstone pots, and you look like a bit of a fuckwit, Mark. Are you a fuckwit? You look like a guy that's out in Byron Bay that tries to have sex with tourists. Is that you, Mark? Anyway. No, let's just go to the game. I just want to show like one of the examples of the... Okay, so here's one of the
What's that
catchphrases. Let's
I'm
see.
just going to have fun
Hey,
trying
let's
to
go
guess
with-
them.
I
now.
know. Guys, for the rest of the episode, we are going to just be playing Burgo's
The
catchphrase.
noise of this little box thing I like.
Oh, yeah, the noises
Go
were
back
cool.
to
All
the
right,
noise.
hang on.
The little purple.
Here we go.
Sorts of sales records right across Australia. Hey, let's go with round one. The money chase is on, and Mark, being the challenger, you get to
And Mark.
see what we're going to be
And Mark, here you go. You're a fuckwit. Let's go.
playing for. The money chase is on. Oh, $20 each catchphrase.
Oh, $20.
Well, that was the worst one you could
That's
have
about
picked.
enough to buy a drink for a local tourist for you to hassle, huh? You just...
Just keeps going with it.
Build on that. Okay, here we go. Our first one for the day.
We used to watch this with my grandma.
Yes, Mark.
Spellbound.
Spellbound is
Oh,
correct.
good
Some of them are
job,
so
Mark.
good at
Oh, your knowledge of catchphrases is pretty good, Mark. Yeah. Do you teach English to foreigners, Mark? You fuckwit. Sorry.
Okay.
And you're trying to have sex. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Moving on from this. Anyway,
Yeah. What would I go on?
yeah.
Okay, to answer the question, I think like what would I go on that I reckon I could walk away with some cash,
Oh, is that the question?
or just
Like, what
oh,
would you
I mean,
go on?
what else are you going on, right?
just
You're going
for
on to win
fun.
some money.
Are you though? See, I don't think you win much.
I don't think I'd do well on The Price is Right. I think I've got a very bad radar for how much stuff costs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always like, I don't feel like I'd be good at that. I'd be terrible at Burgo's catchphrase.
Yeah.
No fucking way. I think I'd do all right at Hot Streak, but I think there's potential Hot Streak contestants that maybe that like broke up their friendship. That maybe to this day they don't talk anymore because they went on Hot Streak and fucked it up.
And they couldn't, because there are ones where you have to be a family, isn't there?
Yeah, it was Family Feud.
Yeah. But in Hot Streak, you could just be anyone. Just
I think, it was just like a group. I think families as well. Sometimes they do, like for Family Feud, sometimes I think they do like themed ones. But yeah, no, it was mainly, it's like mainly Friends and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'd go on. What else was there?
Wheel of Fortune.
Maybe I'd have a shot at Wheel of Fortune, but even they were hard.
So hard.
They were like, what the fuck, you know?
What about Amazing? You would go on Amazing.
I would have definitely have gone on Amazing.
That looked so fun.
Have we talked about that on the podcast yet?
I think it might have been
in the lost recordings.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that one day. We'll do another round. We've got heaps of kids shows that we want to talk about. Look, I think this was good. We've gone for an hour. Cool.
Go.
Well, this was game shows, and this is, I think, volume 1, because I think I'd honestly love to eventually talk to one of these guys.
Burgo.
Yeah, I'll talk to somebody who went on. Thank you for listening, everyone. Don't forget to, if you haven't already, please go rate us 5 stars on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, it only takes 2 seconds. Give us a rating. We've been told that it helps.
5 stars only.
Barry from Blockbusters yelled at me. He called me. He said, "Why the fuck aren't you telling people to put 5 stars?" No, Barry would never do that. He's like the nicest guy in the world.
It's easier to click 5 stars.
Yeah. Rate us 5 stars. If you don't think we're 5 stars, just don't rate us. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, look, we watched Animorphs. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't, and go and watch us watch Animorphs. We had a lot of fun.
It's all very meta, isn't it?
All right, cool.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Do you want to sign us off, Maddie?
Yeah, good night, kids.
Good night, kids.